we go. I do believe we are live, so I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. It is a dear pleasure having you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consider work, to reconsider work, to reframe what we think work is, to reframe why we work, to think about how work is something universal to all of us, and to recognize that work is something as simple as breathing. I am stuffy right now. My sinuses seem to be not having a good time, so do bear with me as I sniff over and over again. Please do. That being said, I'm gonna refresh until I get my bear with me as I sniff. There we go. Successfully. Yeah. Work. I find, these days especially, that what I think work is has grown in scope. Where work used to be only a very specific set of things, almost everything in my life has been likened to working. Right? Hey, Joe Bob is here with us. It's nice seeing you, Chauvin. So much love to you. Yeah. What is work? What is work? Is it work to pick up baby doggers and give them pets? Is it work? I think so, especially when they bite like that. So I have to teach this thing that it can hurt me. It's work. It's work, that is. Hey, you're hurting me. I'm going to squeeze you. I'm going to squeeze you if you hurt me. I'll squeeze you. That's what I thought. Yes. To have autonomy. You want to go and be somewhere else now again, do you? Be somewhere else now again, do you? Okay, there you go. No, actually, I wanted to be on the lap, actually. That's actually where I wanted to be, now that I think about it. This is the ideal spot, yes. Okay, I go there. Go somewhere else again. Work. If I'm going to talk about work, one thing that I want to almost put as a stake in our brain, something that's going to be a centering thought, is the difference in work between different people. Right? All of us can have thoughts, let's say, about what work is, about what work looks like for you in your life, about what the purpose of work is in your experience and for your life. And the thing that I've been considering today is how every single one of us needs to do our work for things to kind of get along, right? To go the way they're supposed to. And I feel that's one of the biggest problems, issues we face as a species right now, is that we are split. We are split about what it is we consider important, for one, and we're also split with how we spend our time, right? For instance, in the scenario of considering what's happening in the States right now again, we can see this as a clear example, let's call it, of two systems that both work, right? There's work being done behind the scenes. There's lobbying, and there's decision making, and there's legislation and rulemaking, and there's people wanting certain things to be funded and other people wanting other things to be funded so that they can all do work. Or at least that's the message we're giving. And now, with a change of power, all of that work, for good or for bad, gets undone. right? All of that work suddenly has to change direction. And the people changing direction is also doing work, right? Let's call it a ball, right? Let's analogize it to sport. My sinuses are like beating me in the face right now. Sinus. Right. Let's imagine it like a ball in a sports game, right? Where goal is where ball needs to be, and then there are two teams, and then we capickle the ball a little bit this way, and then we capickle the ball back this way, and then we. And in this trying to get the ball to one side or another, there is so much work that goes into getting that ball moved. But it's like we don't know why we're doing it. It's like we cannot agree on what the goal is, right? It seems, at least that's the general message America has been giving, is that money is the goal, right? I think that's at least the most simple of ways to break it down. Money is now the goal. That is the goal we have set for the next 4 years, it seems, right? In our policy, in our decision making, in our trajectories. Jobat. Joy Viv is here too, but Jobat says, work feels like an exchange of time for expendable energy. An exchange of time for expendable energy. I like that reframe. Exchanging your time for expendable energy. It is true. Maybe that's the thing that is taking me aback a little bit. How much time will be taken? How much time will we get back in that way as well over this next year? Over the next 4 years? Will we lose more time? Will we gain more time? As it relates to our expendable energy, right? Because if the goal is money at all costs, then what is the outcome? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that everybody is getting richer. The poverty line is dropping, right? That is happening as well. I absorbed a little bit of that information again last night, and it gave me a sense of hope. Slowly but surely, ultimate poverty is tending towards zero. Right? Ultimate poverty being you don't even have money to eat something at all, right? Like there's not anything you can do about it. You're so poor, there's no food, right? That number of people that exist in that state is actively being reduced, right? And the statistics are clear as it relates to that. However, just being above absolute poverty isn't something to be celebrating necessarily, right? That shouldn't be the goal. We shouldn't have it as our goal to just not be absolutely poor, right? It should be our goal that we have some sort of almost like safety net. And again, I wish we can just properly budget for it. If we just properly budget for what the safety net will cost, then we can have a conversation about it, right? But that conversation is never had. I've never seen a politician lay out what they think it will cost to take care of their citizens, right? And again, especially with our current climate and it being one of interest rates and, the Fed's decision and, like we find ourselves in a time where our entire economic outlook and climate and the feelings we have is being decided by a very small group of people, right? They say something online and then lines move in either direction. Federal employees are being offered 6 months of expendable energy or risk getting fired in 6 months. Is this something I don't know, Joyviv? Are they giving people bailouts? Giving them like, here's 6 months salary to leave? Or will make you leave in 6 months? Like, I'm not exactly sure. Give me more context. But we can create energy for free if we realize we don't have it deduced to the dollar amount. We don't have it deduced to the dollar amount. It's true. I think the thing that makes me happy, Siobhan, to echo on what you just said, is the fact that we can, by expending some time, right, to get some expendable energy, use that expendable energy to buy things that create energy, right? If you saved $5,000 last year, you are now in a position to buy, and I'm not saying you should, but you are then in a position to buy batteries and solar panels, right? And you might not have enough batteries and solar panels to cover every single need of your household, but you should be able to cover 20% of it, 30% of it, 40%, 50% of it, right? And as that number gets almost like established, you literally create value. You create energy just by having things on your roof, by the sun shining. And I feel this is going to become more and more clear to us as a species, that we can create value, create energy for nothing, right? If you throw a bunch of solar panels on a roof, it takes some work to do that, but after that, it's pretty nothing you have to do for that energy to be generated. And the more and more that happens, the more and more equally distributed this technology becomes, I believe the more and more clear it'll be to us that we shouldn't be giving as much energy as we are comparatively for the amount we can hope to. There clearly is some sort of skew in the distribution system of our current financial world. That's exactly it, Mel. You got it. Okay. The whole severance package or get fired in 6 months. That's wild. All government employees, Joyviv. Federal employees. Yeah, just federal employees. All of them? All of them are being given an out? I'm imagining many people will leave. Jeebs. At least they'll have 6 months. 6 months might not be enough, though. That's exactly it, Melt. You got it. Those conversations are not had because the system is working just as it is designed. Kids are in debt to the system before they realize it. Yeah. Debt. I've never been in a position to create debt. I've never earned enough money to qualify for a credit card. And if I had to go to a bank and ask them for money for a car, they'll be like, you do not have enough money to pay us back. Right? And I don't know how I feel about that either. Right? Is that better? Am I better off for not being able to create debt? Or am I limited as well because people are using their ability to create debt to purchase real world assets that can appreciate in value? Right? Words. Yes, I can create debt and buy myself a house. And house is valuable even 20 years from now. Yeah, I think I would stress too much if I had a lot of debt. It does expect you to be in a certain way, as Jovan said. Right, before you realize it, that's the way it is. Joy Vive going, oh no, poor you. I'll generously give you some of my credit card debt. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Joy Vive. That's so kind of you. I'm not trying to be like, oh, poor me. I'm trying to just talk about the reality of this situation we're in, right? Because again, I think, contextually, relatively speaking, still more likely to have access to a credit card than the average person in South Africa. And I don't even know. Hey, Google, how many people in South Africa have credit cards? 4 point. Okay, I'm just going to read the entire thing. The overall number of active credit consumers grew by 4.7% year over year to 18 million people, of which 28% hold credit cards, demonstrating that more South Africans have access to financial products and services to facilitate lifestyle essentials. 28.1% of people in South Africa have credit cards to facilitate lifestyle essentials. Interesting sentence that is. Lifestyle essentials. This is essential for my lifestyle. Swipes credit card. Oh, yeah. These tools. The way I see a credit card is that it's a tool. It's a tool that allows you to have money when you don't. But in that way, it can be a dangerous tool as well, unfortunately. For instance, my mom has a credit card, and when I had to have my gallbladder removed as a 14-year-old, the only way we could pay for it was with her credit card. Right? So in that way, having credit cards can be good, can be beneficial. But it's such a foreign concept to me. Personally. And again, to give it from the other side of the perspective, I feel it's probably pretty common in America. It is essential to go into debt to live a decent life. No health insurance? Not at that point. No. At that point, my dad didn't have a job, and the health insurance got cancelled. Yeah. It's kind of wild to me that not much has changed since then. But again, right, rolling it back from, it's almost the norm, as you said, Joy Vive. It's almost the norm for people to go into debt in America. Like, that's the way it is. Hey, Google, how many people in America are using credit cards? 42%. So, not that much higher than here in South Africa, technically speaking. Oh, wow, no. 42% of 18 to 29-year-olds. That's wild. Oh, wow. That's almost too scary. 42% of people between the ages of 18 and 19 having access to a credit card as an 18-year-old. Right? I don't even, like, and that's also part of the conversation I'm trying to have, Joy Vive. I don't even know if I trust this version of me with a credit card. I can't imagine trusting an 18-year-old with one. I personally don't know anyone under 20 that doesn't have a credit card. I got my first one right before college. That is wild. Yeah, things have changed for us, right? The fact that we have access to credit is wild. Now I'm curious actually as well. Hey Google, what does it take to get a credit card in South Africa? I can apply online. Oh, Okay, it seems I can get a credit card. Just barely, but still. I wonder what the interest rates in South Africa is like. What are interest rates like in South African credit cards? On South African credit cards. Oh, nice. Our service fee ranges from 40 Rand to 209 Rand per month, and our interest rates are personalized, ranging from a minimum of 11.75% prime 0.25%, I don't know what that means, to a maximum of 22.25% repo rate plus 14%. As per the NCA regulations, your monthly repayment for your credit card is a minimum of 3% of your outstanding balance. So if I spend $1,000 on my credit card right now, I have to at least pay $30 back every month, but then it grows. Is that 11% a year? Yeah, hell no. Please no. Suddenly my flight or flight response kicks in. They had to pass laws because credit card companies would set up tables at colleges giving away t-shirts and sunglasses if you signed up for a credit card. It was predatory. Absolutely. Still is. Still is predatory. Leave me be, little bug. 22%. And I'm guessing if you're a college student, you're getting the 22% rate card, probably, not the 11% one, which is still ridiculous. 11%? Oh my goodness. Give me 0%. Give me 0% credit cards and I'll swipe that thing until it starts smoking. But 11%. Oh my goodness. I pay all my bills on my credit card and I pay it off at the end of the month for the 3% cash back. Nice. And that probably helps your credit score as well. That's the one thing that I'm thinking about, Siobhan, is that since I don't have a credit card, I don't think I have a credit score. I know that credit score is a thing. I do not know what mine is. I've never found out. And I'm pretty sure I'm scared too as well. Like, hey Google, how do South Africans find out what their credit score is? Get your free credit report and score. Provides free credit reports and free credit scores on My Credit Check. It's an easy-to-use online portal that allows South African citizens with valid IDs to access their credit information via their personal expense credit reports. Okay, so there is a way. Good to know. I will not be clicking that link. Yes, you need to pay off the interest before you can start paying off the principal. No credit card is the same as bad credit is here. Yes, true. It's probably like a bunch of different systems and agreements that you can come to with the bank. Hey Google, is it good to have a credit card? Let's see what it says. Opening at least one credit card account can be beneficial since credit cards offer increased payment security, convenience, and other perks. But only consider a credit card if you're confident you can maintain a low balance and make on-time payments. I think I'm confident enough to believe I can keep my balance low because I don't spend money. Right? Like you have to like really get me. You have to like beg me to spend money realistically. And I will not spend anything for as long as I possibly can. Yeah, I still don't know if I want a credit card. Mishra joining us. Hey, Mishra. Sending you blessings. It's nice having you here. I see LA here too. Bless you. I've had my bank account hacked before, so I pay with credit. If that gets stolen, at least it's not mine. This is a good point that you're making. Yeah, that's the increased security that they're talking about, right? Not my money. That is wild. Having your bank account hacked. Did you get your like actual bank account? Like, did you get a credit card afterwards? That could not have been nice. If you have a credit card, you are considered credit worthy. Yes, true. Right now, I'm technically not. Hey Google, if I don't have a credit card, does that mean I'm not credit worthy? I'm 28 and I never opened a credit card. Me and you both. I never had a student loan or car loan. Me and you both. Oh, I only operated a debit account. Me too. It's a Quera question. Do I have any credit history? I'm pretty sure you don't. Yeah, fuck. It goes, will my credit score be bad if I don't have a credit card? Yes. You can only have a credit score. You can have a credit score without a card. All your overdraft activities and loans are what make the most as a part of your credit score. Ah, I have zero overdraft activities or loans. Is having no credit scores good for your credit score? In summary, not having a credit card won't directly hurt your credit score. It can hinder your ability to build a positive credit history. And so, if you're considering applying for credit in the future, it may be beneficial to obtain a credit card to start building your credit profile. You know, today's stream topic was about work. It's about work. We're talking about reframing work and what work is and how work looks in our lives. And one of these things we receive for work done, sometimes at least, is money. And then there is this thing called a credit card that lets you get money that you didn't work for, that you will work for, right? That's kind of what the credit card is. Like, I will work for this money later. This is taking my brain on missions. My bank account got hacked. Oh, Joy Vive too. Back in the day, the bank gave me my money back. Nice, at least. No credit is the same as bad credit. Joy Vive, what's the what's the best way to get some credit, right? Do I get a credit card and then I spend some money on it and then I make sure to pay that money back, but not all of it? Because I'm pretty sure if you just like pay off your credit cards, that's also bad for your credit score because then you don't have any looks for word in my memory overdrafts or outstanding overdrafts. Toons is here. Bless you, Toons. It's nice having you, bro. Sending you lovins. I got a credit card after it was my first paycheck. $70. Bank credentials were stolen, and the money was spent on Final Fantasy. Took me a while to get the money back, but I never trusted. FF again? I'm guessing maybe that's the bank's initials or something. Someone spent it on Final Fantasy. Did they buy themselves a Final Fantasy game? Or was it like in-game purchases? $70 is not no money. Your first paycheck. Getting your first paycheck stolen. I had some roughness there as well. I can imagine not wanting to trust the system again after that. Mr. America Bastek, it's nice having you here, friend. Sending you blessings. We're considering today the reframing of work and what we consider work and what we consider value creation and how this system works. how the system works. We're thinking about it a little bit today. Hope all is well with the Melt fam. Always better with you here too. Sending you blessings. Oh, FF is Final Fantasy. I never trusted Final Fantasy again. I guess that could also be it. Or maybe it's spent on Final Fantasy. I'm still not sure. It was a game, I believe. No, I know Final Fantasy is a game, but I know also that Final Fantasy has like a bunch of games, and I don't know if they have any like MMORPG kind of games where you can pay to win by buying yourself better equipment or something. I'm trying to imagine if someone spent your money on a game, or even worse, on in-game items for said game. No, it's not bad. What Joe does is best. Spend it and pay it off in the same cycle so that there's no interest occurring. Yeah, that probably is the best bet. Okay. Go and get a credit card at some point. What is better? Getting a credit card for your business or for yourself? I think businesses might have lower interest rates. Is that right? Hey Google, do businesses get lower interest rates on credit cards in South Africa? I'm not getting just a yes. Nah, I don't think so. Who knows? I moved to the big city recently with one of my college buddies. Still kind of surreal. Which part? The being done with university, the moving to a big city in and of itself, right? Was it something you fantasized about? Oh, the big city. Or is the fact that you're living with a friend the surreal part? Maybe all of the combined surrealities coming together in a super surreals. I look forward to hearing more from your journey, dear Connor. Living in the city. I've lived in the city a few times. I've lived in a few different cities. I've lived in Rustenburg. I've lived in Pretoria. I've lived in Shanghai. I've lived in Huai'an and Yangzhou as well. I've lived in Hartbeespoort, but that's not really a city. I think Hartbeespoort is more a town than a city. The thing I particularly liked about cities is accessibility, right? Things are close. You're more likely to go and do things that is outside of your normal do loop, because you can. Hooray, Connor. I wish I was near. I'd buy you a housewarming plant. That's so kind. Love is true. Woo-hoo, congrats, Connor. Where were you living before? Goodness, living with the best friend. Living with my best friend was the best. I'm feeling that. I tend to be very particular and peculiar about living with people. All right, I haven't enjoyed it many a times, and I have tried it in multiple different iterations. I've lived with people that I don't know. I've lived with people that I thought I knew. I've lived with people that I knew I didn't know, and then the more I knew about them, the more I wished I didn't know anything at all. I've lived with people that was kind of nice to get along with, right? It was kind of chill. And I have lived with people that I really enjoyed staying with. I felt like good conversations were always had. And I've lived with people that I didn't particularly enjoy staying with because it felt like I had children. Oh, so many different ways of working through all of our experiences we've had. Everything is a lot different from the farmland we call the small town, but also just trying to get acclimated. I feel ya. It's gonna take some time, but it's gonna be a new normal soon enough. The freaking mosquitoes have been eating me. See the freaking mosquitoes everywhere. So many mosquitoes, having absolutely no mercy. Just maximum pain, they say. Maximum discomfort. I've lived alone so long, I'm quite sure it would bring me to tears to have to share my space and my toilet with someone. Bring me to tears. Like sad tears. It's bringing me to tears that the freaking mosquitoes are eating my flesh. It might be nice. You might enjoy it even, Jovi. You might actually enjoy it. I don't know about the sharing of a toilet, uh, but you might actually enjoy having people in your space. I think it definitely is one of those it depends kind of things. There's very few people that I've been very comfortable with having them in my space. Like very, very few people. Like not even my own family is on that list, unfortunately. Is there anyone in my family on that list? Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe Rudo. Me and Rudo can get along. But I can also feel pretty uncomfortable around Rudo as well for extended periods of time. I've never lived with him either, really, other than staying in the same house here. I haven't enjoyed living with people many of times. It wasn't always easy, but our relationship is still so strong. It really does build character, face of challenges, and learning together. Yeah, dude, toilet sharing's not fun. No. No, it's not. But is the solution having 8 billion toilets? Also seems absurd. No, I don't even like people in my house like to visit. Again, Joy Vive, this is the way I feel about it, is that it depends. It's a it depends kind of thing. And even the it depends, it still only depends for so long, and then it depends differently. You know what I mean? Some things my roomie does kind of pet peeves, but he's always a good guy with the best intentions. It's a good way, at least, to handle the little things. It's a good way to learn how to handle the little things. It's true. I think that's something that I definitely gained a lot of in my social situations as well. 8 billion toilets. I'm happy that you find that funny. Yeah, like you will learn. You will learn a lot of poise. You'll learn a lot of patience. You'll learn a lot of calm in the face of the pet peeves. You live with anyone, you will find something, but I'm sure he has the same problems with me. I hope that you both get to solve your problems together, right? Enjoy living together. It is such a dear pleasure having you friends here for this one. I am gonna finish this one a little bit earlier and then start up the next one, our horizontal stream. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. I'll wait a second to see if there's any other one of you friends that's gonna say something, and then I'll say goodbye for now. If I'm counting the mosquito bites on my leg right now that I can see, I'm seeing at least like 10 different mosquito bites. And like, it's not that I'm not trying to stop them, right? Every single day that I go into that room, my computer room, I do like sweeps. I have a zapper, and I'll kill hundreds of them, hundreds a day, every day. But it just takes one to not get die for him to progressively lessen the enjoyment of my life. For sure, nothing crazy yet, but I hope you all have a super enjoyable week. Thank you, dear friend. Sending you love and stew, dear Connor. Jovan saying, see, Joy, I don't like judging when the appropriate time to leave is. So I prefer having people over. We'd be great neighbors. Yeah. I am very good at judging when the appropriate time to leave is. Right? And if the other person is bad at judging when the appropriate time to leave is, I'll make it very clear to them that it's now time for you to leave. Right? What I do is I usually feed people. Right? I make sure they have something to eat, they have something to drink. And then I'll almost like push them. I'll be like, eat your food. How about you eat your food? How about you drink your drink? All right. And then as soon as it's done, I'm like, oh wait, that was nice. Wasn't that nice? Oh wait. Oh wait, let's vamanos out of here. My neighbors don't even see me. I dodged them. I got bit by a mosquito in South Africa. It felt like a fucking bee sting. I don't know if all of them sting like that, but you do notice it. Like there's a part of you that suddenly, right, and then the itching. You assholes. I love you. If you're just here for the first time joining me, I don't want to say goodbye to you and lose you in that way. Subscribe, and I'm going to be doing a horizontal stream. This camera is going to get dropped to its side right now again. I appreciate you, friends.